Welcome to The Explainer. You know, if you spend any time online, you've probably seen them. These prayers that have this incredibly powerful, almost cinematic language. They feel urgent, intense, and they seem to promise these huge immediate results. Well, today, we're going to break one of them down.
Cancel every evil plan formed against you right now. Wow. You can just feel the power in those words, can't you? This isn't just someone asking for help, it's a command, it's a declaration. So what's behind this? What kind of worldview gives a phrase like this its power?
And that's really the big question we're going to unpack. What does it actually mean to cancel an evil plan with a prayer? To get it, we have to look past the words themselves and dive into the entire belief system that makes them work.
Okay, so let's get into it. Before we can understand the solution, which is the prayer, we have to understand the problem it's supposed to solve. I mean, what is this evil plan that needs to be canceled in the first place?
Well, the core belief here is that what you see isn't all there is. It's this idea that just beyond our everyday visible world, a tough day at work, an argument, there's this whole other dimension of unseen forces, of negative energies that can actively work against you.
And this leads us to a really crucial term that frames this whole idea. The name for this unseen conflict, the whole backdrop for a prayer like this, is spiritual warfare.
So spiritual warfare is basically the battlefield. It's the belief that our human lives are one of the main arenas where this huge cosmic struggle between good and evil is actually playing out. And in this view, you're not just sitting on the sidelines watching. You are on the field.
Think about it like this. The challenges we can see and touch in the physical world, like a tangible obstacle or a daily struggle, have a sort of mirror in the spiritual realm. That's where you find the unseen forces, the negative intentions, and yep, those evil plans. This belief system is all about dealing with threats that go way beyond our five senses.
So if that's the threat, then what's the defense, right? If you're on a spiritual battlefield, how do you actually fight back? And that's where prayer comes in, but not just as a quiet conversation. Here, it's an active strategy.
Yeah, in the context of spiritual warfare, prayer gets a major upgrade. It's not passive, it becomes a proactive, powerful action. It's the #1 tool, some would even say a weapon, that a believer has to engage in this conflict, to defend themselves, and to literally push back against all that negativity.
And the timing here is absolutely key. Why say this prayer in the morning? Because it's a preemptive strike. It's about setting the spiritual tone for your day before the chaos even has a chance to start. It's like putting on your spiritual armor or raising a shield of protection that you carry with you. It's a strategy to start your day from a position of power.
So how does a prayer like this actually work? Well, you can think of it as a kind of 4-step process. First, you acknowledge the threat exists. Then you claim a higher divine authority to deal with it. Next comes the really active part. You use your words to literally cancel or void any of those negative plans. And finally, you pivot, and you open the door for all the good stuff, blessings and protection, to flow into your life instead. So, after you've confronted the bad stuff, what does winning look like? What's the end game of this daily spiritual exercise? What's the ultimate goal? The desired outcomes are pretty clear. It's not just about stopping one specific negative thing, like a curse or some kind of plot against you. It's about securing this broad shield of protection over the things that matter most: your family, your job, your health. The real goal is to get to a place of peace and control, where the path is clear for blessings and success to find you.
All right, so when we zoom out and look at the whole picture, what is this really all about? I mean, beyond the specific words and the theology, what is the fundamental appeal of a prayer like this? Well, it really boils down to one incredibly powerful idea: agency.
At its very core, a spiritual warfare prayer is a daily ritual of empowerment. Let's face it, we live in a world that can feel completely chaotic, unpredictable, and way out of our control. A practice like this offers a powerful sense of agency. It's a tool that gives a believer the feeling that they are actively shaping their spiritual environment and, because of that, their actual day-to-day reality.
And that kind of leaves us with a final bigger thought. For those who believe in this prayer is a clear answer. But it points to a universal question that every single one of us has to answer, no matter what we believe. In a world that is so full of uncertainty, where do you find the strength to face the day?